Hello
Can you fuck off?
and welcome.
You do this every time. The moment
Do
it starts
another
to grow, I'm like nowhere in the neighborhood. You're like, and we're off. Like, just like give me a second.
As the guy that has to edit it, it's nice if I just all I have to do is upload it to YouTube and I don't even have to trim the top. Because you know what happens? When I have to trim the top or the bottom or anything in between, what I have to do is put it in an editing program and then I have to export it, which takes time, lots of time. And you know what doesn't take time? Just uploading it straight. Welcome to the wild world of podcasting.
Oh man, I hope I'm.
Was that disgusting? Calling it the wild world of podcasting? Why'd you say ugh?
I don't like.
What part of that made you say ugh?
The wild world. Welcome to the wild world of podcasting.
Yeah, what was disgusting about that?
I just didn't like it.
Like, so it was like icky?
Yeah, it was an ick.
It was an icky.
You saying welcome to the wild world. My icks are so specific. I'm like, I hate it when a guy says welcome to the wild world of podcasting.
It only happened once, but boy, did it fucking make me.
Guys are like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't do that. I'm like, okay, cool.
But welcome. Welcome anyways to whatever this is.
It's good. It's good. I'm going to try really hard to hold the mic correctly.
Hey, you tell me if there's a difference. You got the headphones on.
There is a difference,
Hey.
but you can hear me both times. You could even hold yours up a bit higher. Hold it up higher and start talking. Yeah, see?
No.
Yes.
Wrong. I'll tell you why you're wrong. The reason you're thinking that is because this one has a long.
It still makes a difference because you're hitting like here as opposed to hitting like square in the middle. Obviously, if you're holding it square in the middle, it's going to be even better. I have the headphones on. Like, why won't you believe me when I'm like, oh, you sound better when you do this? And you're like, definitely not. I have no evidence or proof, but I've just decided that I don't. Like,
I know
what
I'm
are
talking
you?
into it. I've been using this mic for years. You're a rookie in this game. I'm a fucking pro at this shit, yo.
I'm also just hearing the real time sound of our voices. And I'm like, if you hold it like this, it sounds better, which you have been doing to me nonstop. And then when I do it back to you, you're like, nah.
Because my
You're
nose.
like, nah. Nah.
You know why I know? Because my nose is already at the top of the mic, which means my mouth is in the middle of the mic.
Now it is.
No, you were okay. Whatever.
Okay, go up and down. Talk like this. Go.
Wait. Do re mi fa sol la ti do.
I can't even
Lo la
stress.
fi ba bo ba di
I
do.
can't even stress that we.
The
And maybe I'm at fault too.
Hey,
Worse.
let's do a couple vocal exercises.
Okay.
The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
Oh. Okay. The tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
Ooh, put a little sexual innuendos on that one, eh?
Hold it here. Oh wow,
hold it
very
here.
deep and clear.
That's what she said. Hey-o!
For what, your butthole? I
Very
guess.
deep and clear. What? Yo, stop it. Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Not on our first
Don't
episode.
do this.
No. Please,
Don't,
no.
Don't do this.
What accent is that?
That was it was Nigerian, wasn't that? It was a story about Nigeria.
Oh, I thought it was Tibet.
You thought I was doing a Tibetan accent? I was
Yeah.
just doing the play the clip here. The clip that I was like dying over of the guy saying he's like Nigerians were the first original scammers. I saw a guy paying for his gas with a hotel key.
Oh, yeah,
I sent you the clip.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, and he's like, no, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah, I got it confused. I guess the only time I've seen Tibet's talk was in that movie where they're
Sorry,
silent
cheers.
monks, actually. So
That's the only time you've seen Tibetans talk is it when they were silent monks.
well, when you explain it like that, it sounds stupid, right?
Yeah.
What do you think would be harder for you, a silent strike or a hunger strike?
A hunger strike.
Really, eh? Because you really have trouble shutting the fuck up.
Takes one to know one. You fat dumb fuck.
No, I've done silence.
I've done silence.
I've never done no food, but I've
Done silence.
Oh,
I've done silence like 8 hours a time at night when I sleep.
have you ever tried it?
Shutting up?
Mhm.
No.
Well, don't do it right now. We're on a podcast, but it actually can be nice if you just decide to just sit in a room with someone and not say anything.
What do they know that you're
Yeah,
decided
it's
this?
a team effort. It's
Oh,
like
you
whoever
both
talks first
decide-
fucks this whole shit up.
How long did you go for?
Mm.
Oh, you mean like 20 minutes?
No, I think like an hour or two
Oh, that's yes. I've been silent for an hour or two.
with someone in the room.
No, I'm very insecure.
There you go. I'll write that in my chart.
There's someone in the room. Me and my ex used to do it when we were mad at each other.
Nice. Silent treatment.
Yeah.
I'm not good at
Which
this.
he was it would freak me out how long he could go without talking, because I was always, and then I'd be like spiraling, like he's mad at me. I'd be like bawling my eyes out in the washroom, and he'd be like doopy doopy doo, going about his day. He just was like, yeah, why would I talk to you? I think it's a cultural thing too. I think as North Americans, we're probably less comfortable with silence, don't you think?
Definitely. I think Americans love making noise.
But we're also very needy.
Think about it. You know what I mean? You go to a sports game, they say make noise. You go to a DJ, they're like, everybody make some fucking noise. When do people quiet down? You know what I mean? When do people get together and like, hey, everybody, let's take a moment and be quiet?
Europe has both of those things. You just named two things that the whole world has.
Fair enough.
How have you been, Jam Easy?
I've been good. So we've been floating around this idea of starting a podcast together.
Is this episode 1?
This should be episode 1. We've recorded 2 episodes that are going to come out like prequels because we've been bouncing off the walls, and by bouncing off the walls I mean names, right?
Yeah.
And so
we finally settled on.
Well, we had a long list of names. We had a long list of names, and what we settled on was I broke your toilet.
I broke your toilet.
And the reason we settled on that is because it was on the list, but it wasn't on the list. You know what I mean? I was sending Handa the panda. I was sending Hannah some names while I was chilling in her house unattended.
I don't even
No
know.
one was
Is this
here
really
watching
going to
over
be
me.
the name of the podcast? Or are we going to change it again and have to scrap this episode? 'Cause
All of
we've
the
decided-
episodes, or should we just not have a name of a podcast and should we just post our clips on our YouTube
That's
channel?
true. We could just do that. I don't know why we're obsessing over the names.
I know. Names
The
are
names
for
are the-
fucking...
Also, like, the least important part.
Yeah, but I do think it... Okay, so the reason I think it's a good name, first of all...
You don't have to give me so much engagement, by the way. Like, I know I was, like, hard on you, but, like, you can, like, talk to the people as well. You can go back and forth,
Let's
you know?
talk. Let's talk about it. The reason, because I'm going to explain to you why I broke my toilet. But I broke your toilet is a good name for a podcast. I didn't want it to be the name of the podcast, but what happened was
Life had other plans.
you were reading the.
I specifically woke up today, and I did not want the name of this podcast to be "I Broke Your Toilet."
I wouldn't have even thought of that as a name, and I didn't. What happened was I was sending you a list of a bunch of names, and then I also sent you a message that said I broke your toilet, but not in the way you thought.
Yeah.
And you read it as like, hey, that's not a bad name for a podcast.
I was like, it was like the Hannah and Jamcast, I Broke Your Toilet. I was like, that's an interesting one.
So you get home and you find out the toilet's actually
Too bad
broken.
the toilet actually is broken.
And then it got me thinking, you know what? Hilarious name for a podcast. And also, when you tell somebody I broke your toilet, they're not going to be like, okay, I'm not listening anymore. They want to know how. They want to know why. They want to know when. They want to know
tell
what?
someone, you're right. When you tell someone I broke your toilet, you're right. They do have to keep listening to you.
It's not. You can't end in a conversation.
If you want attention, go break someone's toilet, and you'll get attention.
You can't.
They literally can't walk away.
Exactly. You cannot say that. Can't be your way of saying bye. Oh, and by the way, I broke your toilet.
They're
No.
like, I have follow-up questions.
For sure.
There's always 10 more questions. I had a lot of questions for you
Which
when I
made
came
me
home.
think,
And
if
you were
I
like,
tell somebody,
"What?"
listen to my podcast, I broke your toilet, they're going to want to hear more.
Wow. Clever.
Does that make sense?
So how did you break my toilet?
Just flushing too hard. Like I said, it's
wrong.
It's not in the way you think. I was left without supervision here, and Hannah has no light in her bathroom. I don't, and me. I need light to know how hard I'm pressing things.
Why do I have no light in my bathroom?
Do you want to tell the people, or should you put it on Patreon?
Why there's no light in my, because it is a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice.
It's a choice. I have no light in my bathroom because I have ADD, and I have severe ADD, and I'm doing nothing about it. But people with severe ADD will often pick at their face and their scalp, and so one way of trying to avoid that is
No mirrors.
no mirrors. But in mine, I can't get rid of the mirror, and it's too easy to just, if I cover the mirror, I'll just like take the towel down and pick up my face. So I've heavily taped up the light switch. So I have no mirror and direct facing light anymore
And I'll say this about you and that.
in my apartment.
I like mirrors personally, especially if I'm on like mushrooms or acid, and we've done some of those drugs
That's
together.
so crazy.
And,
That's so crazy to me. I hate if I'm on those drugs. Oh my God. And I see my reflection in a mirror, I'll like burst into tears.
Because I've done drugs with you, and I'm like, I go to your bathroom. First of all, it's dark, scary, and I want to, and I want to have
Even
light.
when you're not on drugs, you're like, ooh,
I want to have light,
spooky.
and I want to be able to see myself, because I like to see my face like do all the crazy stuff it does.
That's crazy. I hate looking, but I also hate my face. So
Yeah,
there's
me.
that.
I don't hate my face. I hate parts of me, but not my face.
Yeah. I really hate my face. I have a crooked face.
What's your favorite part of your face? Let's get some positive stuff going here.
I like my whole left side, and then I hate my whole right side.
Yeah, Lisa Left Side Lopez, isn't that her name? That was my favorite member of TLC.
Left side.
No, she's Left Eye.
I know.
She's dead. R.I.P.
How'd she die?
Car accident.
Mm.
You ever been in one of those?
Yeah.
How many?
One.
Tell me about it.
I caused it.
Did anyone die?
No, but someone left in a stretcher. I don't know if he was faking it though for the money.
So is this like? Did you have to go to court for it?
Mm-hmm.
And you lost?
I knew I was gonna lose, but I went to court to lessen the tickets and stuff because it was just raining and I lost control of the car. I hit another car. It was on a corner, so that sucked. And then I just got charged with a million different things, and I was like, okay, I guess I have to fight this, so I got it reduced. So I knew I was going to be at fault, but I did want a lesser charge, and I got it. So I won in a way and lost in a way.
Do you remember what song was playing when you got in a car accident?
No, it could have just been the talking in between, probably.
Oh, really? I remember because the first car accident I got into.
You remember the song? That's so funny.
It was a big song though.
What was it?
Kissed by a Rose. And
what a song that could have been for you to die to.
Baby,
as they pull your body up.
Like straight up.
What was your car accident?
I wasn't driving. It was my first girlfriend in high school. And we were
women drivers.
Also, great song, which was the distraction because we were singing it like passionately.
That's so funny. That's from a scene from a TV show.
And she ran a red light. and then she caught herself like as she got through, so then she slowed down a bit, and then we got smoked.
Yes,
if she just went,
yes,
we would have been okay.
And I've done the same thing, but your brain is so fucking retarded,
like,
stupid.
Yeah.
That when you realize you're doing something wrong, you do slam on the brake or whatever. But it's always more dangerous to do that. You should just like go through the accident or keep going or whatever. Because I think even with my accident, I think that's what it was, is when I started to lose control, I freaked out and I slammed on the brake, I think. Whereas I should have just like let the car like waterboard itself or whatever it's called.
What city were you in?
Toronto. I was driving to work, and then I called my boss and said I was in an accident, and she said, "Are you going to still come into work though?"
And did you?
No. I was in a car accident. And she's like, yeah, but are you going to come into work? Because we have people that you have to massage. Oh, God, that job was horrible. She was horrible. What's that? Have you ever had that? Like, what's the worst job where you're like...
Like a bad boss?
Yeah, you're the bad boss where she's like, you're literally in a car accident. They're like, yeah, but are you still coming in?
Well, one time I faked being in a car accident to not go into work. I said I was riding my bike to work and I got hit by a car. And then it was when I was working at a handicap camp. And then when I had to go back to work like 2 days later.
Handicap camp, you're like, hey, and there's going to be a couple new kids coming that were involved in this car accident. Hey, I got you a couple new members.
I was like.
This one's missing a leg. This one has some head trauma.
Well, my thing was I got hit by a car. I was just riding.
You got hit by a handicap kid?
So I'm like, when I go back to work,
Getting into work was hell. All these handicapped drivers.
I worked at a handicap camp. It wasn't like the whole city was flooded with handicapped people.
I just mean the entrance way to the
The entrance, yeah. It was right at the entrance. I think I know the kid. He's gonna be late too. No, but what did
Why
happen?
are we letting them drive?
They didn't. They said, yeah, of course, stay home, whatever. But then, like a couple days later, I'm like, okay, I'll go into work. But since I said I was in a car accident, I'm like, I better go in with some bandages on and stuff.
Stop it.
So like, we had to go swimming, and like, I'm taking my shirt off, and I had like, I acted like my shoulder was dislocated, and I had my shoulder all wrapped up.
You just wanted to do a character.
I don't think so. I just didn't want to go to work that
I
day.
didn't go to work with bandages. That's so funny. You had to act like your shoulder. You come in with a head.
Yeah.
A full body cast.
Oh my gosh.
An old timey war bandage.
The thing about like the head bandages, that just reminded me also. Same girl, the first girl that I got in a car accident with, her
The
brother.
first girl I got. I mean,
The first of many. No.
every time it's just the girl and you singing a song
Me and girls.
and you getting,
Now,
but you don't learn.
now, whenever a girl's driving and a hot song comes on, I'm like, let's change the station. Let's play something a little. Let's just go to like classical FM, so you can focus on what you're doing right now. No, that same girl, her brother-in-law was Portuguese. He just came from Portugal, and when he came to Brampton, when he moved to Brampton, he thought everyone had head injuries. The turbans. He's like, he saw all the turbans, and he's like, man, everyone has bumps on their heads here
What?
because he never seen Indian people before.
Yeah. Did the internet exist? What the fuck?
Probably
He
not.
didn't- and probably not.
Like
How
late
old
90s,
were you?
like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, the internet existed.
It wasn't that. It wasn't
That's
big time.
crazy.
I didn't have internet
He's
till
never heard
later.
of India. You had internet in the.
It's not to say he hasn't
2000.
heard of India, but he hasn't seen turbans and stuff.
He's never seen a picture of a man in a turban.
Not until he moved to Brampton.
Right? I guess
Because Brampton,
maybe
they have
Portuguese
sometimes
people.
the turbans I understand, but then sometimes they have like the thing under their chin too. I don't know what that's for. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Is it just like a fancier version?
I don't know if
Seems
it's
like
just
it,
maybe
right?
it's
A
like
dress-up one?
when the top's so heavy they have to hold it up, or maybe the beard they're doing it to hold the beard up so it doesn't like get caught and shit. I also heard some pretty bad rumors about those guys when I was in Brampton. When you see a bunch of them hanging out at the park, it's not they just want to hang out at the park. It's
You're groping.
it's the family doesn't trust them to be at home alone with the kids, so they tell them, hey, go out for the day.
Ugh, that sucks.
Yeah,
But that's a lot of cultures, eh?
I guess so.
Where it's just like, oh, you're gonna get molested by family members.
One time when I worked at LA Fitness, one time an old uncle, like a young, like not a young kid, but like late teens, early 20s, was like jerking him off in the sauna. Somebody came and complained about it at the front.
And he's like, it's okay, it's my nephew.
It's okay. We do this all the time.
We're family.
Yeah.
When you're here, you're family. LA Fitness.
That's just a sad truth. I mean, other than that, growing up in Brampton, I have to say the Punjabi community is pretty sick as far as like getting business done and just being cool people. Like other than those vicious rumors
They
that
might,
I just
yeah,
spread.
that definitely aren't true, except for the one that you saw with your own eyes.
Yeah, the one that somebody literally we had to write notes about it in our computer. I've talked to you about this before. You work in reception, so you have to write some notes about people.
Yes.
What's one of the like funnest notes you've had to write down about somebody?
So, I have an amazing one. So I'm a note. I love to write a note, by the way, because I work at a very high-end hotel. So we get the worst guests in the world coming in. Like true assholes. So once a day, I'm writing a note about someone who's like really not a cool person. Do your teabag it.
Teabag it.
You know that.
It does taste good. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just trying to take a sip and let you tell your story, but now you cut yourself off.
Because I wanted you to have
Congratulations.
the full flavor.
You played yourself.
So
Start from the top. I don't remember anything now.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the context of I write a lot of notes,
Okay.
but I'm kind of notorious at my work that we have something. It's called Code 1. That means you're full on like cunt. That's a Code 1.
Uh-huh.
So if you're checking in a guest and a Code 1 comes up, you're like you're trying to be extra nice and thorough and stuff because you know they're gonna like find something to complain about. And I'll code one anyone. I don't care. Like
Mm.
people are so all the girls are like so understanding. They're like, oh, maybe they're having a bad day. I'm like, code fucking one. And every time I code one someone, in my head I go, hey, like when they're in front of me and I'm code oneing them behind the computer, in my head I'm like, hey, you earned this. That's my little joke that I
Nice.
have. Like, hey, you earned this. So my one note I wrote it was for a man who is a regular at the spa.
Mm.
He came in one day with his partner and he shit in between the pool and the lobby. There's like a very small glass vestibule. Like you have to walk in through one doors and then walk through the next to get the pool. It's just double doored.
When you say he came in with his partner, this is a gay man?
Yeah.
And he has like he like squatted and shit, or he just
No.
has poo falling out of his butt.
Poo just fell out of his butt into the space between. It was while I was on break too, so I'm just like, we have a chat, like we have a like hotel chat, so I'm just on break watching all these messages show up, like someone just shit in between someone shit in between the pool doors, blah blah blah. It's like coming up, I'm like eating, I'm like what is my fucking job?
Oh my gosh.
So poo rolled out of this man's robe, and then he went to the men's
Did you
change
see it?
room. I didn't see it because they had it cleaned up. I was like, I'm taking an extra long
Ooh.
break today. I was like, I can't. I'm like, I'm not going up to look at poo. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
So then he went into the men's change room and apparently made a fucking mess of the bathroom. Like, shit everywhere. And
he was just walking around like he didn't like shit himself and then like leave immediately. He's like,
so then
I'm not done with my treatment.
Jam. Exactly. So then he leaves the poo in between the pool doors, leaves poo all over the bathroom, leaves his robe covered in shit in the change rooms, just puts on, like, cleans himself up, puts on a new robe, and goes back and orders lunch with his boyfriend. And he orders the pork belly. I'm like, honey, I think you've had enough pork belly. Maybe that's why shit's falling out of your fucking butt as you're walking around.
No one said anything to him? Like, sir, you
No
have shit falling out of your butt right now.
And because he didn't admit to it. So at first we had no idea who it was. We're like, who is it? And then we figured it out.
Are we talking clumps or just like
No.
spray?
I think both. I think a wet clump probably. Yeah, so he pooed everywhere. We had to clean it up. He never said anything, nothing. They went, finished their lunch. Then he still got his treatment. And yeah, he's such an asshole too. Like, he comes in and he like really like when he's checking out, didn't say anything, and I'm just looking at him. I checked him out. I just looking at him like, you shit everywhere and you made other people, like, you're treating us like toilet paper. Like, you really think we're trash.
Yeah.
You're like, that's when I was like, oh, these people see us as like objects. And that I was like, that's crazy. And then his boyfriend.
That's so much confidence to just walk around shitting and just keep it moving, like not be embarrassed at all.
Yeah.
That's
And
an
then-
insane level of confidence.
So then his boyfriend's like sitting on the couch while he's checking out. And he's like, you guys do such a good job here. And he's like smiling. And I was like, fuck you. We do. Oh, because we literally wipe your boyfriend's ass for him. So I wrote in the
gosh.
notes, this man pooed all over the spa and didn't tell anyone. and he comes in all the time still. And every time he comes in, he asks for like free shit. He's like, he'll be like checking out. He'll be like, oh, can I have a bag? Because we have like nice bags. I'm like, sure. Or be like, when he's, can I have a Kleenex? Can I have water? He always, can I have a mask, a fresh mask, while he's leaving the spa? Like, he needs more. Like, he just needs to like be like, it's like, it to me, when I see that, I'm like, you're fucking pathetic. Because you know what they do with the bags? Because it has the Four Seasons logo. He'll just go and put other stuff in it. He didn't buy anything, but he wants to put other stuff in it and carry it around Yorkville and go, look, I have stuff from the Four Seasons. Like, what a fucking pathetic life he has.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's my favorite note that I've ever written. Every time he checks in, I always like, because there's usually, we go through staff so quickly, obviously, because they're literally cleaning up human shit. There'll be like a new person beside me. I'll be like, hey, look at the note on this one. I'll just let them read it. They'll be like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, he shit everywhere. He shit all over the spa.
That's insane. There was one guy at LA Fitness, not
Yeah, what's
shitting-
your favorite note?
I didn't write it, but for a favorite one that I read, because I used to be front desk there for a bit, and I when I was checking in, one guy, like sometimes I check their notes, and there's one
I always check them.
it's so funny. And one guy, it was basically like the note said he shit he took a big shit in the toilet and didn't flush it. When I told him that he has to flush the toilet, he said he didn't want to, and I told him flushing is not what do you call it? Like an option. Like it's not a choice. Just do it. It's not like do I feel like flushing it or not? Just flush the toilet. Like that was all in the notes. Like I told him flushing is not your choice. It's actually like just a requirement. Just flush the toilet.
Flushing is a requirement.
Yeah. That was funny. That was one of the best ones I read. One of the craziest things that happened in our gym.
But this like makes me like sick to my stomach that these people are just walking among us that are like, I don't want to flush the toilet. I want to leave my turd in there.
Why?
I know, that's sick. They're a
Blech.
sick human being.
It actually makes me gag a little bit.
I can only imagine what this man's apartment looks like too. If he just shits all over the spa and like leaves it, and just like the way he carries himself, I'm like, you're fucking insane.
Is he super, super rich?
No. That's the thing is most of these people aren't rich. They just want to be seen at the Four Seasons
Can I
spa.
ask what color is he?
Who's white? Of course, it was. That's such white man energy.
I didn't know.
Although people did say he was sick, and they're like, "Oh, maybe it's his medic." He was like sick, whatever. He's going through something, but
Who do you think's top and who's bottom in that relationship?
He was definitely the top. He was paying for everything, and
He's
the
the
other,
top.
yeah.
And his butthole is just super loose.
Yeah, I don't think it was from. I don't think poo was falling out of his butthole all over the spa because
his boyfriend just had a
his
fucking
boyfriend
a
just
time with him that
he
night.
has a massive dick.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No.
Because you said he came in with his partner and poo was
No,
falling
I
out of his
think
butt.
it
I'm
was.
like, is that a gay
I
thing?
think it. No, no. I think it was.
Gay guys, let us know.
Maybe, but maybe it was.
Punjabis, are you molesting your
Yeah.
kids? Gay guys, you have shit falling out of your butt?
Do you just walk around with shit falling out of your butt? Right in.
Let us know.
No, people said he was on medication and stuff, but I don't like to tell that part because I'm like, I want everyone to hate him as much as I do. But yeah, maybe that had something to do with it. But still, like, fuck you, help clean it up or tell someone.
Or
'Cause that's
leave,
the other
or at
thing.
least
Or
don't-
leave. Have the
don't-
decency to leave.
Yeah, don't
Not
hang
go
out.
order
Yeah.
pork belly. That's also when it's like they have a food order. And I saw pork belly. I'm like, you're just asking for more poo to
Right.
slide out of your butt.
He didn't just return to the scene of the crime. He just never left and he hung out at the scene
he-
of the crime
he was like,
while
let's
he was
make-
still committing the crime
yeah.
in front of the people that are watching him. He's just like,
Yeah.
doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Gotta go get a massage.
Pork belly.
Pork belly.
Disgusting.
Pork belly makes you shit?
I mean, it's like makes me shit.
Fair enough.
Any red meat makes me poo myself.
Anyways, when I broke your toilet, I wasn't taking a
Oh,
shit. It was
yeah.
actually just a pee.
That's crazy.
Which is why I said I, broke your toilet.
I know when you said when I realized it wasn't the title of the podcast, I did assume you just like shit so much and
That I couldn't flush it?
that you couldn't flush it and
No. That would suck too. It wasn't like that though. But I hope people are enjoying this. I broke your toilet, episode 1. You're gonna hear the next.
Is this the first toilet you've broken?
You're gonna hear the next episodes and be like,
Every
wait,
episode
what?
we have to tell a story about
Why we
breaking a
named it?
toilet.
no. I thought we were just gonna have a new name for the podcast every week.
The next episode
Everything's
is
just episode 1.
I
of
lit
this.
your house on fire.
Craziest thing happened.
I lost your dog. I ran your dog over.
That's probably the most unforgivable thing, eh?
Killing someone's dog.
Yeah, over like breaking any other thing. Crashing your car would suck too, because it's like a lot to replace.
What's
But
the
what would you
worst
rather
thing
have?
you've
Somebody crash your car or somebody kill your dog?
obviously crashed my car?
Because you love dogs.
Yeah.
What if your dog was like 13 and your car was 1?
I still.
Ooh.
That's tough. Like if he was on his way out, or is he healthy?
He's decent, but like he's
He's
max gonna last
decent.
another 2 years maybe in him. Like he can't jump as high as he used to.
That's so horrible. I mean, I guess dogs.
I love
then.
no, I
guess
love
dog,
I love
yeah.
dogs. Like
But,
I don't
yeah.
want any of them to die, but I'm just thinking how
I don't
much
want any of them to die. I wish the world was just overloaded with dogs. I wish no dog died ever. I wish when I left my house, I just had to wade through dogs to get anywhere.
No, that'd be so scary.
Yeah, they'd turn on you for sure.
I'm more afraid of if the world was flooded with birds would be even scarier for me.
Why for you?
I'm just a little afraid of birds. They're just like unpredictable.
There are a lot of birds in general.
Yeah, but have you seen the movie Birds? I haven't because I'm
Yeah.
too scared to watch
I
it.
have. It's a
Was it good?
movie. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, maybe I'll watch it.
It's,
But
what's
not
her
when I'm
face?
on anything
Ingrid
serious.
Bergman.
Huh?
Hmm?
What? Turn my headphones up.
Is that the new name of
that's,
the podcast?
That's the name of the next one. Next week on the new show.
Okay. Yeah.
You've broken. Okay. How many toilets have you broken?
See, that's the thing. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever broken a toilet.
I haven't broken any, but I've clogged.
Have I? Yeah, I've clogged the toilet.
Like
I
in
don't actually
Ireland,
know,
the water pressure was so
Did you clog the toilet
light
in
that
Ireland?
that I've clogged like 2 toilets in Ireland
Wow.
at the bar, not at my cousin's house. My cousin's house, I was like,
Yeah.
they warned me, water pressure is low. You know what I mean? So I would have to do multiple flushes. I have
Yeah.
Canadian sized
Yep.
shits in a fucking little old Ireland that
yeah,
wasn't ready
but
to
that's
take
like
them.
Europe in general. Like I've had a lot of bad toilet experiences in Europe. Now the Dutch toilets and German toilets, because they're like where I think it's like superior manufacturing.
Yeah.
They never clog, but have you seen what they look like?
Mm-mm.
It's a shelf. You literally shit on like a shelf,
Yeah.
and then it
no
goes.
back?
No. It's the toilet looks the same. I'm saying the inside of the bowl is like a shelf. Like you just poo, and you're like, oh, there's my shit on a shelf with no water. It's very, very low
Okay.
water. And then I don't even know how it flushes after. It does flush after that. It'll like go around or whatever. And it would never clog, but you would just like, you might get a big old stinky streak on the shelf that you have to clean off.
Is it true in Australia that when you flush the toilet, the water goes the other
I
way?
don't think so.
Oh, that's just like a Simpsons
I
thing?
think so.
Fair enough.
I-
Myth debunked on
I don't
episode 1
think
of I
so,
Broke Your
yeah.
Toilet.
I lived in Australia. I never noticed if it did.
Maybe you weren't watching. Are you observant?
With toilets, yeah. Yeah. I can tell you the toilets in Netherlands are a lot higher too because they're all so tall. That's a real thing.
I've heard that too, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's the first thing, by the way, that like you have to adjust to when because I've moved a lot of places. The first thing you notice is like how the toilets work because you're using them so much. We don't realize that we get so used to our own toilets. When you move somewhere else, you immediately notice the toilets and then you have to get used to them. And then when you come back, that was the only thing. Like when I visited when I like moved back to Canada, like after the Netherlands, I didn't have to really adjust to anything. But the one thing was I kept dropping onto the toilet because it was so much lower. Like I'd go to sit and I'd think it would catch me and then I'd have like another inch that I would drop. I'm surprised I didn't break any toilets.
How many weeks did it take you to get back into the swing of things?
Probably like a week of like being like, but just like after I did it a couple times, it was just like I had to like slowly sit down and be like, all right, that's where it is.
Yeah, toilets being the first thing you notice. That's funny because when we were in London, there was a Japanese comic there, and I asked him what's his favorite part about Japan, and he said the toilets.
The toilets, yeah. It's
like,
you
our
miss
toilets are
it.
just
You miss it.
miles
Not
ahead.
when you visit a place. Like when you visit a place, you're like, oh, the toilets are different, but everything's different. But when you move to a place, that's like the first thing that you're like, oh, I really have to adjust to this. Like I have to adjust to the toilets here. Yeah.
Yep, it's true. You're gonna spend time on toilets.
Yeah. What's your favorite toilet that you've ever been on?
That Four Seasons one was pretty good, actually. I don't know if it's my favorite ever.
Oh,
but
it was heated.
It was heated. It had the bidet.
Oh, yeah. You were on that for a
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
long time. I'm like, damn, are you okay? In there, all I heard was the squirting. You're like, ooh, ooh. I'm like, what?
That's not what happened.
That's
I didn't.
not-
I wouldn't make those noises. I was more like, oh, oh.
It's like, what the fuck?
I would never break that toilet. I'd kill myself
You
if I broke that
kill
toilet.
yourself trying. It was unbreakable.
That one, yeah, that one,
You're
yeah, that one could flush it out,
You were drop kicking that thing,
right?
just loading turds into it.
No, I didn't really take.
It could take a beating, though. You could tell. That one
It could
for
take a
sure.
beating, but the problem with that bathroom was I'm staying in a bathroom with my friend who's also a girl. But even if it was a friend that's a guy, taking a shit in a bathroom that has a sliding door
Yes.
with no lock,
Yep.
not comfortable at
Yep.
all.
That was me and my ex lived in a place where I swear to God, it was a tiny bedroom. The bathroom, our bathroom was in the bedroom and it was a sliding door. And I was like That's when I moved in, I like realized and this was the first time we'd lived together too. This was in Barcelona. And I was like, oh, I have to get comfortable to shitting basically in front of him really fast.
And did you?
Yeah, because like the first hour I was there, he like went and took a shit and I heard it. I was like, okay, well, if he's fine doing it, then I guess I am. And like you would obviously try and like, well, he wouldn't, but I would try to like only shit when he wasn't in the bedroom. But we spent a lot of time in the bedroom just because, I don't know, his roommate, we lived with someone else. So you don't want to like be around them all the time. So you're just like, fuck, I just have to shit in front of this guy.
That's tough.
And it was just like a thin sliding door. And you're like, can we?
Yeah, my ex that I was with for like 5 years,
She didn't shit.
Never shit.
Yeah.
Maybe heard her fart
Good
once.
for her.
I know.
That's so annoying. Girls are like, I don't ever fart or shit.
Well, not in front of the guy that they like, I guess.
I try not to.
But you burp a lot.
I do. I'll let a burp go anywhere. I let a burp go in London in a girl's face.
Yeah.
That was
a
funny.
tough one. Getting on the elevator.
Yeah.
Right as the elevator opens. Ew.
Yes. Ew. I
Was she pretty?
Yeah. She was very posh.
Are you happy that you burped in a pretty girl's face, or would you rather burp in an ugly girl's face?
I'd rather burp in a pretty girl's face because
There you
fuck them. That's why.
Because fuck them. That's why. Yeah, they have enough going for them.
Anyways, you fix my toilet with. So then
With a little
you're like, don't worry,
piss
I'll
and
fix it.
vinegar.
And I see a plastic bag in one hand and Scotch tape in the other. I'm like, you're
Temporary.
out of your mind.
No, first.
And then he goes, do you have a shoelace? That's I was like,
Because what was
a
broken is the
shoelace
handle.
that I never want to see again.
Yeah. You're like, I don't want any toilet water. Well, not that one then. Give me the one that you do want in toilet water.
Yeah.
No, but it's a decent little fix to get you by until the proper people come and fix it. And I was willing to order the real thing and fix it because I looked at it. I could have pulled it off. I'm not the handiest guy, but I can do basic things like put a toilet handle on.
You can do basic things like tie a toilet together with a shoestring and tape.
I can MacGyver a toilet. If I need to get a toilet to flush, I can make it happen.
That's a good bio for Tinder.
I can MacGyver a toilet.
I've broken a lot of toilets, but let me tell you, I've fixed just as many.
I might break your toilet, but if you have a shoestring, I can fix it.
A shoestring, some Scotch tape, and a little bit of love. Then I'm going to get that thing to flush.
That toilet's going to be purring like a kid when I'm done with it.
Oh, no. It'd be better than how I found it. It's got an extra flush.
Yeah.
Extra strong
Now
flush.
you can take way bigger shits in there. She's like, what do you mean? I don't take big shits.
No. You're going to want to.
Yeah. You're going to want to spend about a half an hour on that baby. Really empty out your gut in there. You know what? Just act like you're a gay man at the Four Seasons.
Yeah,
and just let that shit fall out of your butt.
Just let it fall.
Oh my God.
Leave it where let it where it lies.
Do you take probiotics?
No.
What's that again? Is that to make you have a healthier shit?
Healthy gut bacteria, healthy vagina bacteria too.
Ooh.
Is that why you take them?
Yeah, for my pussy.
Your stinky puss. Yeah, sometimes you have to take probiotics, especially if you're on antibiotics. But I think you're supposed to take all your antibiotics first and then take probiotics to try and build back up that good vagina bacteria.
Yeah, I've only been taking amateur biotics. Haven't got the pro ones yet.
No, I got it. You gonna tell that tonight?
Anybody?
My doctor told me I had to start taking probiotics. I said, Doc, I can only afford the amateur ones.
And he laughed. Do you have a family doctor?
For 30 years, I had the doctor that delivered me. How insane is that?
I did too.
You did?
Not 30.
I thought I
like
was
27.
the only one. Yeah, I was about 30, I think, when she retired.
What was your doctor's name?
Dr. Swift.
Sick name. But I got an even better one. Dr. Peoples. and he was so cool. Like he was so cool. I ran into him at a
he
fancy
gave me
bar.
so many opiates. He
I ran
was
into him-
so cool.
I ran into him at a fancy bar in Toronto one time, and he was wearing like a pink and blue like pinstripe suit.
Wow.
Like he just looked like
Was it like seeing a teacher out
Oh.
of school?
he was such a good looking guy, and his family was like so. Like he had pictures of like all his daughters on his desk, and like just all bombshells. And yeah, Dr. Brian Peoples. Shout out to you. I hope you're still alive, Brian. He was
I hope you're still alive.
he's old as fuck. He was my
Mine
mom's
wasn't.
doctor when she was a kid. Then he took
What?
a baby out of her pussy.
Yo, you just found one in there? Like, you got a baby growing in
It
here.
was me.
And that's what you were. I'm a pussy baby.
I'm one of those. I'm one of those
I'm one
fucking.
of those babies you just find in a pussy. You're like, I've got this pain in my vagina. They're like, oh, there's a baby
Were
trying
you
to
planned?
get out.
Yeah, you were planned, right?
Yeah.
They wanted a girl.
They wanted a third. I don't think they were, gonna like throw it out if it was
No,
a
but
boy.
I mean, what were they aiming for? Because
What
like
were they aiming for? What was your point with all this?
my parents wanted a boy when they had me because they already had a girl. Your
Mhm.
parents already had 2 boys, so I assume they wanted a girl.
Oh, yeah.
Are we breaking ground here?
No, I think I just remembered a dream I had.
Tell me about it.
I had a dream I had twins,
Oh, really?
a boy and a girl. And I was
Cool.
like happy that it was a boy and a girl.
Who's the dad?
You?
Fuck.
I just remembered it wasn't a dream.
Do you remember? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm pregnant, and it's yours. What? That's the end of the episode.
And the whole podcast. Oh man. Speaking of big announcements, I saw a proposal last night.
Who was it?
Two randoms in a restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What restaurant?
Insomnia.
That's the restaurant it was at?
It's-
Is that a nice restaurant?
It's expensive. I wouldn't call it nice. It's like a bar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because it doesn't look like a place that you see proposals.
It's not like
Maybe they
fancy
met there.
schmancy. No, they didn't.
How do you know? You know them?
He gave a speech to the bar.
Ooh, okay.
So
let's get the
exactly, as
notes
a
on this one.
comedian, as a public speaker, I've got notes.
Nice.
So I was blackout, so I think I was kind of being rude. I was blacked out. And
You're
he-
heckling him as he's
I
saying it?
was.
No. Okay, what? Okay, go on. I will stop talking.
Sorry, but like, if you do a fucking public speech in front of a comedian who's blackout drunk and has a habit of saying what's on her mind, you're gonna get heckled.
Sorry, I shoot from the hip.
Exactly. No, it wasn't super loud, but loud. I'm sure they didn't hear me, but other people did.
Other people around you were like,
Yeah.
this girl's a fucking bitch. Or they're like, she's hilarious. Let's hear about it.
Well, I made one person laugh. The person that I was with, I was making laugh. So I was like, whatever. So he's like, the bartender is like, excuse me, everyone. Mark has something he'd like to say. So I'm blackout. I'm like, who the fuck is Mark? Like, what? I'm
Yeah.
already like, I'm in a bar drinking a espresso martini. I'm like, Mark, what do you got for us? And he goes, oh, I just wanted everyone to know.
Oh, he's talking with a low voice like that?
No, but he's not a comedian. He's not a public speaker. He doesn't know what he's doing. So he was talking loud enough, but he's like, hey, so, yeah, a year ago, I was traveling the world and, I never thought that I would be here. And then, something like this, right? He goes, yeah. And then I really didn't see myself. I traveled the whole world and I've been paddling in BC and I've been canoeing here. And like at this point, everyone catches on that it's a proposal because he's sitting with one girl who's like looking at him. And I'm like, why is this about you? Like his whole opening was about all the things he's done. So already I'm like heckling him. I'm like, why the fuck is this about you? Like it should be about either her or this relationship. He's like, I've been canoeing, I've been hiking, and I never imagined that I would then meet. Finally, he gets to his girlfriend, meet so and so. And I just look at the person I'm with and I go, he's bombing. And he bursts out laughing because it wasn't good. It was just like, buddy, think it. I'm like, say it out loud, run it by yourself at least. It seemed like he hadn't. And then he does it. He's like, and then I have one very important question. Will you marry me? And there's like a long pause. And she goes, what's yes in Dutch? And I immediately go, it's ja. Because,
Did you yell it out?
yeah. And that's when people looked. I was like, oh, sorry. I forgot this is a real thing. And the whole world isn't comedians and doesn't, respect the laugh. But yes in Dutch is ja. So,
Yeah.
Ja.
He was Dutch?
I guess so. Because she's like, what's yes in Dutch? Which, by the way, if you're about to marry a Dutch guy, you don't even know yes.
They've only been together a year, too, so that's pretty
It
good.
was something like that. Very short.
Yeah, well, when you know, you know. So I'm happy for them.
I bet he wasn't even Dutch. He didn't have a Dutch accent. Ugh. Why would she say what's what? Because his background is Dutch?
Why do they say when you're splitting a check at a bar, let's go Dutch? Is it because are you guys cheap?
Yeah.
Is that actually
notoriously.
why?
Yeah. Very.
Let's go Dutch on it.
I wonder where it comes from because I have met, but I think it is a stereotype. Because there were Dutch guys while I was there that were fucking cheap.
Mm.
Yeah, like really cheap. My dad's super cheap. But so is my mom.
And that was episode 1 of I Broke Your Toilet.
My toilet's still broken.
Yeah, but somebody will fix it. There was one thing that you wanted to talk about.
I'm going to start a podcast with the handyman called I Fix Your Toilet.
We talked a lot about that's funny. That'd be great. We talked a lot about dating, relationships, and love and loss. But what we also wanted to talk about today was height. Guys lying about their height. Now, there's a lot of people making jokes about it, and I think it's very true that a lot of guys do lie about their height. But you brought it to my attention that everyone lies about their height. Our other friend, Russia, she has a joke about all guys lie about their height.
Does she?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you?
I wanted to because of something that just happened to me.
Okay, well.
What's her joke?
We're not going to talk about that. But I was on a show with her yesterday. And it made me think. I'm like, I am honest with my height now. Because earlier you checked me in the summer. And you're like, you're a small 5'7". So I verified it barefoot, stood against the wall. Measuring
just
tape
barely 5'7".
5'7".
But I'm 5'7".
But I'm 5'7". But the thing is now, I can honestly say I'm 5'7", but then our girl's going to be like, so that means he's probably like 5'5". So do I have to lie to just be 5'7"? I have to say I'm 5'9" or 5'8"? And then they're like, okay, I guess it makes sense he's 5'7". Because if I say I'm 5'7", they're like, he's a midget. He's going to be up to my knee. I'm going to have to fucking pick him up to put him in his seat.
If you say you're 5'7", I assume you're 4 feet.
Yeah. Russia's joke was like, if a guy says he's 5'11", that definitely means he's 5'9".
Yeah.
Because anyone that's really 5'11" will say they're 6 foot. So anyone that's really 5'7" should be saying I'm 5'8" or 5'9".
Really though, but 5'7" isn't like a
like nothing. There's nothing to brag about there. If I started saying I'm 5'11",
yeah, then
I'm fucking,
then you're in
then
trouble.
I'm beating the pussy off with a stick. Just out of fucking.
If you told people you're 5'11", they might be suspicious.
I start wearing lifts, and then no one knows until I get home.
Have you ever been insecure about your height? You don't seem like you are.
I have been, but like not really, because the thing is, growing up, I wasn't because I was good at sports. So like being good at sports is like a great equalizer.
Yeah.
Like being good at football, like I remember one time when I was playing corner, and I was this corner is like when you defend the guy that's trying to catch the ball. This guy, there was a lot of hype about him. His name was Justine Edwards. He was 6'4". I think he played in the CFL. And when we played against him in the semifinals, I didn't let him catch one ball. I was swatting him out of the air. I was jumping up, getting him, and he's looking at me like, "What the fuck?"
Wow. And you ended up playing in the NFL, or he did?
I think he ended up playing in the CFL, not NFL.
Okay, so
but the point is, he was way taller. But my vertical was crazy back then. My vertical was 37 inches.
Back in those high school football days.
Now my vertical is probably like 15 inches. But you know who got me up to jump a little higher? Mr. Corielli. Shout out to Coach Corielli.
And Jesus Christ.
And God.
Yeah.
God bless me. But yeah, I don't know. I've definitely felt insecure sometimes when it's like, not insecure, but like bad that I'm short sometimes. When it's like everyone else is tall and I'm like, I'm fucking short, yo. You know? But then you know why? Because if I'm hanging out with a guy shorter than me, I'm like, this guy's small, yo. But then I'm like, there's guys that are like, that's me being like this much taller than me. Me being this much taller than him. But then there's guys that are like this much taller than me, and I'm like, how do they look at me? Like this is
with just pity in their eyes.
But then I've asked them, I'm like, do you look at people like me like we're midgets? And they're like, no, we don't even think about you guys.
That's funny. Like, who's talking?
Oh. But yeah, most of my friends are taller than me, so like all the fucking team pictures and everything, I'm fucking. It's glaring.
So the thing I thought was funny was a basketball player came in to the spa, and he was tall. And I was thinking, like, afterwards, like, I was helping him out and stuff. And afterwards, I was like, how tall was he? So I just, like, Googled him.
Wait, who was it?
I don't know.
Was it the Mark Morris guy? The guy that was buying the...
Don't say.
Oh, because I wanted to guess his height.
Oh, okay.
Was it
well,
that
yeah.
I'll bleep it out. 6'8".
No, you won't. So interesting. He was 6'9".
Okay.
Yeah, but very close. But I'm thinking, right? I'm like, he's pretty tall. And I look it up. I'm like, oh, that's 6'9". But like our how tall men has just been like skewed so much by like the general public lying to us for our whole lives.
But you know what's funny? NFL, NBA, they lie about their height too.
On Google?
Yeah.
How?
Because they want...
How does that happen?
Because it's better for them to be all like larger than life figures. They are tall. They're definitely tall. But like NFL and NBA, their listed height, which would be on Google because it comes from the NBA, from their measurements at the combine, is always a little bit more than it really is because they want them to seem bigger because it's like just cooler.
Oh.
So it's just like men just want to be taller.
So yeah, maybe he was 6'8".
Maybe he was. Maybe he was 6'7". Maybe he was 6'6".
But I thought he was pretty tall, you know? Because I'm like, wow, he must be like 6'11".
Mm-hmm.
He must be a giant.
Right.
And then I looked up. I was like, oh, that's 6'9".
Oh, because everyone else is lying. Yeah.
And
Fair.
then that made me laugh. So I'm like, yeah, because my whole life, some 5'7" guy's been telling me he's 6 feet.
Yeah. You're all skewed.
I know. And I'm like, this guy must be 8 feet tall. I'm like, oh no, he's just 6'9".
Yeah. Do you know how tall the tallest guy in the NBA is?
I couldn't care.
Okay.
Couldn't possibly.
Anyways,
care.
that's enough for today.
How tall is he? 7.
I think 7'6" is the biggest guy in the NBA.
Wow. Oh, is it that white guy?
There's a white guy, but then there's another guy named Bull. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. Probably am. Anyways, I thought that was great.
Great fact.
That was a great time.
There's this guy that's I could not know his name or his height.
I know you think this was a shit podcast, but I don't think it was because we had a bunch of topics written down. And we didn't even get to any of them except for one. So that's great. That means that we were just having a good time.
Oh, yeah. We didn't get to any money either.
Chucking and fucking, banging and hanging, sitting on toilets, breaking them.
Anyways, R.I.P. Tory Lanez.
Ooh.
I know. We haven't even talked about this.
I know. I would like to say the jury's still out, but they're not. He's guilty.
They're actually in. The jury's in, and they finished the trial.
Seems to be there's more evidence coming in, looking bad. Actually, there's leaked phone calls.
The
and
phone call was pretty damning.
Tell me about the phone call because I just skipped through it because I couldn't handle it.
He just kept saying over and over, "This isn't like me. I was just so drunk.
Oh, there
this
you
isn't
go. It's an accident.
right." But you, for years now, have very publicly made a statement that you believe he's innocent, that he was framed. Meg Thee Stallion, you were calling for her to be locked up. I
wasn't calling for her to be locked up.
That's what I heard.
But you know what? She was cheating on her. She was cheating on her boyfriend a lot, and I think, hey, sometimes karma is a bullet in the foot.
Well, is Tory Lanez locked up now? What is his crime, or what is his punishment?
Shooting a horse. No, I don't know.
Save a cowboy, shoot a stallion.
Shoot a stallion. No. Oh, man. It's not like him. And he's no, I don't know anything about him.
You're Brampton boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just not like him.
It just sucks because he did.
He said people were feeding me shots.
He put out a really
Have
good
you ever
album.
been there? People feeding you shots.
He put out a
you do
really good
something
album
you
when all this
regret.
was happening. And it's just too bad that not everyone's going to listen to it. Alone at Prom. Tory Lanez. It was a good album. But hey, you shouldn't shoot women.
Yeah. Personally, I know.
Personally, I don't even cheat on them.
You feel
let alone
so
shoot them.
bad. You're like, this is your list of crimes.
You know
It goes
what? Hannah?
Shooting women, and then slightly worse than that is a woman cheating on a man.
You know what? You like getting hit, right? And It's no secret.
Love it.
Talk about you like to get smacked around a little bit. Now, recently, another guy that's going to jail, or he got in trouble, at least he got charged, is the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, Gervonta Davis. Tank Davis, they call him. His girl accused him of hitting her. And even though you like to get hit, would you want to go? Would you want to get hit by a guy that can really smoke you, or what? Like, would you get into the bedroom with a trained boxer? Is what I'm saying. 'Cause, it's all fun when you're getting smacked around by some.
But do you want a concussion?
It's all fun and games when you're getting smacked around by some local construction worker. But when he really knows how to pack a punch, and you say "hit me," and he's like, "Well,
my God.
I only know one speed."
No, did she say she wanted to get hit and he went too far?
No, apparently, like
He actually
like,
just was.
I'm not gonna start
That's
saying
how they
that he.
all
I'm
are,
not gonna start
though.
saying that
Yeah.
he didn't do it. I'm not gonna start saying that. But the person, there was a third party there that was like, "That's not what happened at all." So who knows?
You're always so quick to believe the not woman's side.
Oh, I know. Like Mike Tyson, that one's a tough one too. Have you seen them? You know his story?
He hit his.
No, he got accused of rape back in the day.
Oh.
And if you watch the Mike Tyson
Didn't
show
he hit his
on Disney Plus,
Didn't he hit his wife too?
that one, I'm
You're ridiculous. He 100% did.
Robin Givens. It seemed very set up. That one.
Okay.
The rape one is very like dicey. I have no idea. But
You'll just never give a woman credit, eh? For
no,
her
no,
story.
no. Gwyneth Paltrow, she got the part. Harvey Weinstein.
Mm.
That one I believe.
You believe the victims of Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Because there's like 600 of them. You're like,
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby, yeah. R. Kelly, yeah. I believe them all. I believe everyone.
Except for when there's only one woman saying it. Then you're like, no, couldn't be true.
It's when a guy is very talented.
It's when a guy is talented and I like him.
It makes it
I
hard.
really want to not
No,
believe
like
the woman.
the R. Kelly one was tough, but like that one was overwhelming, and I have to accept that he's a bad person.
Yeah, there's also
It's just
video
hard 'cause it's like-
evidence.
I believe I can fly. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's tough. What a great song.
What about what's his
The
face?
Storm Is Over. I know, great song too. One time I was blasting that song in my basement while I was cleaning my room, and my mom was like, "Are you depressed?" Because that song is just like but I'm like, this is uplifting music, Mom.
Mm.
Little did we know.
Chris Brown, did he do it?
He did.
That's good.
He did. But we don't know why, though. We never found out, did we?
I think because he was cheating on her too or something.
So he hit her?
Yeah, like she was going through his phone or something like that.
Ooh, that's bad. That's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wasn't
but
that
some girls
it?
still love Chris Brown. Like, I know girls that
A lot
love
of
Chris
girls,
Brown.
and I think it's because of that. I think they like him more
That
because
he
they,
hit Rihanna?
yeah,
No, I think they liked him already and they just
no,
accept
yeah.
him.
But if he was just a good boy his whole life, they would not like him like that. They like that he's.
He'll put you in your
yep.
place if you're going through his phone.
I think so. I really do. Like if you see the girls that are still like obsessed with Chris Brown, you're like, oh, I know why. It's because he's got this dark side of him. They like that. If he was just a still like good boy that like acts in movies and like dances and like sings like a sweetheart, they would not care. But the girls that like him, you're like, you've got daddy
It's
issues.
all the R&B guys too, man. Because Trey Songz was like, okay, so in my lifetime, R. Kelly was the king of R&B, and then the next guy that was on the come up was Trey Songz. I thought Trey Songz was great, but then he's got. Apparently, they say if they make a documentary about him, it's gonna be worse.
No, really?
Apparently, he's like a violent, like bad towards women, yo. And he just got in trouble recently, but like,
Yeah.
like
What was the thing
rapes,
recently?
assaults, like he's bad, man.
What was his thing recently?
Recently, he got like charged with something. I think it's.
Yeah.
I can't remember
I remember
the
hearing
details
and I was like,
exactly,
what
but
was
he disappeared for a while, and
it? Yeah.
I thought it was because. So he's Mr. Steal Your Girl. I think
Mhm.
on another show. Anyways, I'll reiterate it.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Steal Your Girl. One day, stealing girls went too far, and he fucked this guy's girl that took it real to heart, and
Yeah.
he was Floyd Mayweather's friend, and he called Floyd Mayweather up on FaceTime, and he killed himself on FaceTime, and he's fucking. And I thought that Trey Songz was so, he actually was so touched by that, like, oh my god, what I did was wrong, that he disappeared. But actually, I think now
Turns
he
out he was
disappeared
just
because
in the shadows beating women.
exactly. So it
That's
wasn't.
crazy.
He didn't disappear because he wanted to like repair his
He's
image
like, I
and
just
be a
need
nice
to take
guy.
some time to myself and hit a few broads.
Yeah, Mr. Beat Your Girl.
Oh no.
That sucks. That sucks. Like, cause
So
yeah,
all your heroes, one at a time.
you have this guy that Your girl goes to his concert, and he
Yeah.
might fuck her backstage, but he also might beat the shit out of her too.
Now, what's worse?
Both
What's
are horrible.
worse if you found out
Oh
Trey
my
Songz beat your
God.
girlfriend or fucked your girlfriend?
Fucked her and then beat her would be
No,
really
which
bad.
one? Which one would you rather?
Would I rather?
Yeah, that she comes home and she's like, Trey Songz blanked me. Which one do you want to
Which
hear?
one would I rather?
Yeah,
My girl? Do I love her?
yeah.
Hit.
You asshole!
I don't want my girl to get fucked by a guy.
So you want her to get the shit beat out of her by Trey Songz?
You said I loved her. Because then,
Wow.
here's the thing. If a guy goes to fight a guy that fucked his girl, he's kind of a loser. But if you go to fight a guy that beat up your girl,
Are you going to fight Trey Songz after this?
if he beat up my girl, I'm trying
You follow him on tour?
try and get a fucking backstage pass with him. I dress up as a woman and come back there. I don't know if I could beat up Trey Songz. I don't know how strong he is, but he can definitely kick a woman's ass. Apparently, he seems to prove that time and time again.
And a
Actually,
woman. Sick. Yeah, something about R&B and boxing just makes you want to hit women.
yeah. R&B. I thought it was rhythm and blues, not
Rhythm
rape
and
and beating.
blues.
No.
Bruise.
Rhythm and bruise.
Wow.
Nice.
Rape and bruise. R&B stands. You don't like the rape part. Well, they're out there doing
yeah,
it.
not as much as you do. Hello.
Don't.
Heyo. This girl likes to, no.
You like getting raped more than I like raping. That's
I
what
don't
you're
like
saying.
it. Don't say
Well,
that.
maybe I don't like getting raped then.
You have a million jokes about it. That is, you are the rape
They are
girl.
little-
You're the rape girl in town.
You know what a comic said to me recently? He's like, you never do rape jokes anymore. Do you even think about it? You know who it was? Hassan.
That's funny. Oh my God.
I know. I thought that. He's like, do you even think about it?
Another fun Hassan story. Yesterday, we're doing a show. It's a small show, but he was doing good. And then he told one joke that they didn't like, and he's like, "Oh, you guys didn't like that one? Well, now I got to talk to you guys about pedophiles." And I was just dying. I'm like, he's like
Yeah.
punishing the crowd.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh,
Oh,
then you're really not gonna like this
Yeah.
next part."
Hassan is like one of my favorite comics to watch because
He's true to himself.
he's true to himself, but like he's like you in the sense that when a crowd doesn't like his joke, he's delighted by it.
Mm.
Like there's some comics that you'll see that will really have fun with a bomb. You and Hassan are both one of them. Like yeah, you're just always having fun up there, and especially if people are not liking what you're saying, you're like, get ready, it's about
Yeah.
to get worse.
And like, no disrespect to him, it could be a compliment or an insult, but since I've started, like, I've refined my delivery a little bit with like the aggressive offensive stuff. but he hasn't changed a bit since I started. Some of his jokes, same ones, tell him the same way, and hey, all respect due to him for staying true to
That's
himself.
my favorite thing, though. That's my favorite thing is like I know exactly what I'm gonna get every time he goes on stage. So sometimes it just kills me because I'm like, if it's like a hoity-toity crowd, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good because I know he's just gonna go up there and be like, you're getting rape and pedophile jokes. I'm gonna talk about beating women.
Yeah.
Oh, so funny. And I'll just be dying in the back. I'll get like looks though too because there'll be other audience members or comics that are like, you're enjoying this? I'm like, I'm enjoying him enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like that's so delightful to me.
Yeah, some people aren't willing to enjoy stuff like that.
No, if you, I'm like, it's whatever. We all have thoughts on this, but I like to watch a comic enjoy a bomb. Ugh.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best parts of comedy is learning how to enjoy a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
And like the ones that I've enjoyed, I've had a real good time with.
Have
Like-
I seen you enjoy a bomb? I guess. You cross it.
Anyways, that's good. It's a good place to leave it on.
Have you seen me enjoy a bomb? The only bomb I enjoyed was that El Combo one, the Elmo.
That you enjoyed. You
That I
enjoyed it.
really enjoyed.
Nice.
Sometimes it's enjoyable if you know you're gonna bomb. Like if everyone's bombing,
Mhm.
then I can enjoy it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, it sucks when you don't enjoy bombing. You just get hot.
That's me.
You ever get hot?
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's so
Yeah.
uncomfortable when you get hot and you're bombing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me most of
I
the
like a
bombs.
nice cold bomb. I
Oh,
don't-
most
a
bombs.
hot bomb
I'm
is-
like, I can feel my face flush, and I'm like, fuck. But the best thing to do if you feel your face,
just bring
Flush.
dump a cold water on yourself.
yeah, just run off stage.
You just grab somebody has like a cup with ice in the front row. You just splash on yourself. You're like, I didn't want to do
Is
that.
it hot up here?
It's hot as fuck. But I said in the new year, I've been saying New Year's resolution. Let's close out with this. I've been saying I want to lose weight. I might just start wearing a sweater and bombing on stage once a week to like lose 10 pounds. Because if I layer up and I bomb, I can sweat a lot. You got any new tricks for the new year? Anything people can try at home?
Weight loss tips for the new year. Yeah, just like get really nervous and puke before every show, so I lose a bit of weight.
Have you puked before a show?
I've never puked from nerves.
I've shit from nerves.
I shit. The best shits I ever have are before shows that I'm nervous for. But like, I would say, 25% of my shows that I'm doing now, I'm taking a massive shit before them, and they're like, I'm like, wow. Like I was honestly, I think about 25% of the shows, you'll just see me disappear right before my set. I'm going to take a shit because I'm so nervous.
That's how when I first started working at the strip club, I was nervous the first day, and I was
Shit
the,
your
and I'm
pants.
the DJ.
The DJ
So I left the DJ booth to go like take a shit, and I thought I had left it on like just continuous play, but it stopped, and I'm like on the toilet, and there's like no music, and I'm like, oh fuck. I was so bad at that job.
You come out with your pants around your ankles,
Running up
press play,
Press play.
waddle back,
My
poop
God.
falling out of your butt
the first
like
day.
a gay man at the Four Seasons.
Music stops. I had the lights turn off once. I think I told you about that. Did I tell you that? This girl, her name.
Thank God it was a strip club in Brampton.
This girl's like, I want red lights only. So the thing that controls the lights, I'm trying to change it, but the mouse wasn't moving. I'm like, what the fuck? So then I realized the mouse is unplugged. So I go to plug the mouse in, but instead of plugging it into the mouse hole, I plugged it into the power button, turned off the power of the computer. All the lights in the fucking club go out. And she's like, what the fuck? They wanted to fire me, but
I quit.
no, they wanted to fire me. But I also had a lot of friends come there that night, and it was a new club. And I went to the.
Imagining you fucking shit up
Yeah.
your shift at a strip club is so funny.
Because this is before I ever did any DJing.
You're so,
This was my first job DJing anything. I was like, I went to the guys.
oh my God, you're supposed to clean the poles. You accidentally wax them. All the girls
Yeah, they're
slipping
flying
and
up.
breaking their necks.
So for the DJ tryouts, I go to the thing. I lie on my resume for everything I do. So I'm like, yeah, of
Oh
course I
my
DJed at a strip club
God.
in Guelph before. I just lie about it. And the guy's like, hey, you look familiar. And I'm like, yeah, Guelph. He's like, yeah, whatever. He thought he knew me. I go up. I have the voice for it.
Oh my
speak
God.
that,
I know,
and that's
I know,
all they
I know,
did.
I know, yeah.
All the test was go up there and say, now come to the stage, Candy, fellas. Don't forget to tip your bartender. Like just,
Yeah.
and that part I could do, but all
And
the
then they're
technical
like,
shit.
now turn the lights on. And you just blow the place
Yeah.
up.
So I had a terrible first day, and then I go, and then the manager that liked me,
Which one of these is the music? Where's the
Right?
volume? That's so
the manager's like, oh
funny.
yeah, the owner, he said, there's no way you can come back. He doesn't want you to come back. I'm like, I'm gonna come talk to him. We're gonna get through this. That's what I said. We're gonna get through this.
We're gonna get
I go in, I go to the guy. I'm like, listen, man, I know I did a bad job, but I've never done this before. But I also had like 10 friends come, and this is a new club. So I mean, like, why don't you I'll come sit with the real DJ one day, see how he does it, and then I'll just come back and work shifts. And he's like, all right. So, and then I worked there until I got shut up. And that was the story of me working at a Brampton strip
And it
club.
got shut up by you.
Shut up.
You're just-
The next week. No.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I only worked as a strip club DJ for like 3 months.
That's so
It was a
funny.
pretty short life.
Yeah, that's so funny though. I had no idea you were such a menace at the strip club.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Just seeing you spilling trays of drinks.
They had
Did
good food.
I do that?
They had good food there.
I'm sure they did.
My soccer team, we got sponsored by them, and we would go to a strip club after every game, and we get
Of course,
we,
a Brampton soccer team is getting sponsored by a strip club.
we'd go in, we get
Oh
our
my
we get a
God.
free platter,
Little League.
get a free platter and a bottle, and then
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna get sponsored by a place, and you get, because that's most places that sponsor a team,
Yeah,
they'll do like a free
a
platter and a bottle. You may as well make it a strip club.
Oh,
May
yeah.
as well be looking at some naked ladies
Hell yeah!
while you do it. How many toilets did you break at that strip club?
None. They had great toilets.
Well, you waddle out with your pants hurting your ankles.
Yeah, I had to go
Back.
upstairs too.
I broke the toilet. If we could get a
Fellas, if somebody can go
plumber.
flush that stall number 2. I was in a rush to get this music going again. Somebody help me out. Bring up some toilet paper up here. I got a little bit of a wet bum. I got a little bit of unfinished business up here. If someone can bring me up some toilet paper.
In a bucket. I had no idea I had to sit here all night.
It's fucked, yeah.
That's
Shout out to
so
the
funny
office.
that you're on the toilet and the music stops. Ooh. And that was your first night?
Yeah. Did I tell you how my mom found out I worked at a strip club?
She was performing. Don't
say
you guys
that.
went like this?
No, my mom was a good lady. And not to say strippers.
Oh
aren't.
my
They're good
god.
ladies too. My mom's on the
You're
phone.
on one, eh?
What?
You all your my mom's a good lady. She would never.
Also, the thought of my mom as a stripper is just gross to me. So just shut up. But you know what? I did think.
I think she'd be good at it.
You never met her, and I don't think she would be. I think she'd be like, oh, what the. That's what my mom. She'd be like so timidly walking out on stage, like.
Well, that's perfect for your strip club where you're turning all the lights off
Yeah,
and
yeah.
there's no music.
Definitely. I did wonder. I'm like, what if my dad walks in here? That's what I thought. I'm like,
Yeah,
that'd be funny to see him.
He's like, I always have to check out the new strip clubs in Brampton.
Yeah. One of my friends fucked one of the strippers, and then she aired him out on Facebook because he posted a picture with his girlfriend. I guess he was like acting like she was gonna be his girlfriend, and then he was like, "You're the only one for me, blah blah, blah love you," like to the girlfriend. And then she commented, "That's not what you said when you were eating my pussy last night."
You actually
and
just
they
said,
broke up.
nom 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 nom.
Yeah, I was saying it actually, but your pussy was in my mouth. It's hard to talk when you're looking at.
I was saying I love my girlfriend so much.
I love my girlfriend. She's the only one. That was me doing circles.
Yeah.
Ladies,
You ever felt the circle?
you ever felt the circle? Heard it's pretty good
Mm.
if I get it in the right spot.
Is that your technique? Circles?
Circles, alphabet.
Ew, you don't.
No, I don't alphabet. I think when I was younger, I used to.
Yeah, I'm sure. What a dumb thing.
Or sometimes I just go. No, I'll stop right there.
What? Just slurp it up?
Yeah, and I don't think. Oh, some girls like that, but some girls are like. No. That's the thing. Girls like.
They're all unique.
They're all different in their
That's
own way.
crazy.
And I think they're special, all of them. And you know what? Even the cheaters, and especially the strippers,
And the ones that are accusing men of rape. They're special too.
they're very special.
You look like you're worried about something.
You're making me hot over here.
We have a cool glass of water.
Did I
can
say
give
something
them.
bad about them? No.
No, you just don't believe any of them.
No, I believe them. I just think if a guy's really talented, it makes it.
I just wish
Hard to
that
come to
they would
terms with it.
stop accusing my heroes of it.
Yeah, that is the truth.
Hmm.
Like, do you have any heroes that went down?
Hmm.
Did Audrey Hepburn do anything bad?
She cheated. What? No.
Who'd you cheat on? Like a famous guy? With another famous guy?
I think she was married like 3 times or something.
All right. Well, this is getting a little too
It was
long.
like one of her husbands. She wanted, this is the thing, she wanted, I think like she was either with a guy and then she was sleeping with another guy, like kind of openly, I guess. But then that other guy that she was sleeping with was like the director of one of her movies. She wanted kids so bad. And he was like, nah, I already have kids. I don't want more or something like that. And then she was just immediately done with him. Like she was just like obsessed with getting kids. And so she was like, okay, bye. And then she did get kids eventually.
And are any of them famous?
No, but they said that she was just a mom after that. Like she kind of left Hollywood quite not young, but she left Hollywood kind of early and just wanted to be a mom. And she just was a mom, like to the point where her kids didn't really know she was famous until they were like a little bit older. And they were like, oh, you're like insanely famous and you're just our mom. Because that's all she wanted.
Nice.
Yeah, it was nice. I think she was a very down to earth lady. So.
Yeah, and down to fuck, cheat on her husband.
I mean, sure. I don't know that she was married. I think she was just cheating on someone.
So does it even count then?
Or no, I remember what it was. She was the other woman. That's what it is.
Oh,
The
Classic.
director was married and she was sleeping with him, but then he's like, I don't want kids, and she was like, peace. I think that's what it was. The
fair
end.
enough. The end. The end. The end. That was episode 1.
We did it.
We did it. I broke your toilet.
Oh, yeah, right. It's tough to get that fixed.
Not the way you think, though.
Bye.
Follow me at jam_easy. Follow Hannah at hannah.veldhoen. And I
Why
say
would you say it like that?
because
Oh,
for
'cause
people to spell it out. Because if I say Veldune, you know how they're going to spell it? Veldune. And if I say Veldhoen, how are you guys going to spell it? Let's say it together.
Love to hear it.
All right, peace.